One, two, one, two. One, two, one, two. Testing. Hi, everybody. We make our way towards the stage. We are very excited to be here tonight. Momentous event for us to gather here tonight. My name is Yasmani Alboleda. I have the great privilege of being the inaugural People's Artist for the City of New York. Thank you. Working with the Civic Engagement Commission, the Department of Culture, the Mayor's Office of Urban Affairs, and a bunch of other city agencies, really thinking about how we invite our democracy to be more like honey, sweet, sticky, slow, right? The notion of an embodied democracy that is in our bodies, that we understand not just intellectually, but far beyond that, right? As an embodied practice that all of us engage with. How are we creating the future that is going to be healthy for all of us? I will tell you my journey with the Civic Engagement Commission and with the work with the City of New York begins with, in 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, dealing with enormous challenges. And a huge part of the work became creating the People's Bus, which is a corrections vehicle we took from Rikers Island, and working with youth leadership and all kinds of stakeholders across the 5 boroughs. We transformed that bus into a bus that's now a community center on wheels, serving the communities that reflect our people, made of 8.8 million recycled beads. I tell you this story because it is how the bus has brought me to so many opportunities. It also brought me to Andrea. In 2021, I had the opportunity to think about, where does this bus live? Where does it belong? And the privilege to think through, gosh, how do we center community and care as a practice and a way of life? And the place to do that was the Clemente Soto Vélez Cultural Center, led by Libertad Guerra, who is but the People's Bus made its home there, and through the work of the People's Bus and really meeting people where they are in this moment, I got a chance to collaborate and work with Andrea on a bunch of different initiatives. I will tell you that her and I have many things in common. One of those things is that her family comes from Peru, and that her practice of understanding immigrant families and where we all come from, and our capacity to move towards well-being and towards joy and towards dignity for all people here in New York is a practice that I've admired and that I find deeply moving in all kinds of ways, because she really centers the heart and the spirit as a way forward through the work of government, which I think is really, really powerful. I will tell you that, as I continue to imagine the future of New York City and the future of District 3, there's no better person that I think of who is centering, family, people, community in the way that she does. One of my favorite quotes I'll share with you tonight comes from Desmond Tutu. He asks us to not just pull people out of the river who are drowning, but to go upstream and find out where people are falling in. Where do we begin the story of bringing justice and well-being to all New Yorkers? My approach is to really think through, gosh, what are the systems? How do we support these systems in the most human, open-hearted way possible? With that, it's my honor and my pleasure to introduce Andrea Gordillo, who is now running for District 3.
For being here today. Your support and encouragement is what propelled me to this stage today, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrea Gordillo, and I'm the proud daughter of Peruvian immigrants. My family came here 40 years ago and faced many of the same challenges that my neighbors and New Yorkers face every day. I've supported my community through these daily struggles as the chair of my community board, through the development of civic engagement and political power here in this district to fight against the crisis of affordability and displacement. And I'm driven by my commitment to public service, but above all, a deep love for my community, with a long tradition of Latina leadership that I hope to continue with your support. I'm running to bring these skills and experiences to the City Council in 2025, representing District 2, the Lower East Side, East Village, Greenwich Village, Rose Hill, Kips Bay, Murray Hill, and Staten Island. As a cultural leader, I've created education educational opportunities to address issues like public housing, public health, climate justice, the struggles of small businesses, and much more. And I've raised millions of dollars that have kept artists working here, major public programs running, and our cultural ecosystems alive. I'm passionate about defending the things that make our district great. I've worked alongside visionary artists and leaders who fuse our cultural legacies and diversity to lift up the working class, our seniors, people with disabilities, people of color, and LGBTQIA folks. We have been very lucky to have strong, powerful Latinas advocating for us, and we can't risk losing that. This community has fought tooth and nail to get us here. Latinas are the backbones of our families. We hold communities together. We're essential workers. We're diverse leaders. And I'm inspired by the historic first ever women majority in the council who have been a force and a check on this mayor. I am going to assure we keep this leadership in our community and in this council. And the Lower East Side and the East Village isn't just my home. It's the spiritual home for anyone like me who grew up being different.
That's right.
It's the home to many different historic communities of practice, from vanguard artists to housing and immigrant organizers to queer and trans communities who for generations here and now wake up every day in a practice to create the language of the Puerto Rican and Latino experience in New York, a practice to build affordable, accessible, and resilient housing for everyone, a practice to build a city that turns away from violence, colonization, racial injustice, xenophobia, and misogyny of our past. A practice that works towards establishing quality healthcare, education, living wages, and collective bargaining. And I am so honored to have the support and endorsement of some of those very people who are a living embodiment of this generational struggle for a more just city. I've spent more than a decade building community with everyday people, and my coalition of Day One supporters is testament to that. I'm really humbled by the incredible and broad range of support I've garnered from people I so respect across this district. And I want to name them all so you can talk to them and you can get to know them, you can exchange information, you can build community power together, because that's how we win this election, and that's how we are going to govern this district when I'm elected to city council. Thank you. These folks have been a life force in this district, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. And not all of them are here right now, and some of them are trickling in. They're very busy people, so I just want to name that. So first is Frank Avila Goldman, who is a resiliency organizer and housing advocate for our waterfront communities. Mar Fitzgerald, who is here, who was my colleague as the former president of the Village Independent Democrats, and who is an incredible champion for education equity and for people who are impacted by the criminal justice and criminal legal system in their efforts to get equity in the cannabis legalization process. My friend Janos Martin, who's over here, who is my former Coalition for a District Alternative president, just like me, and now he is a civil rights advocate nationwide, but I know he's not going to forget New Yorkers and the struggle to decarcerate in this city. My friend Marielle Martini, who is here somewhere, she was the former director of strategic initiatives at good old Lower East Side and left an indelible mark on this community, and thank you for your service. my friend Molly Crabapple, the public artist and writer who makes public works that reminds us of our history and keeps us rooted in our place and our values. My friend, the other Molly Serena, who's here somewhere taking photos, she's here and she's a local resident scholar and public artist who made some of the beautiful works in here today and who brings beauty and joy for public residents and all people in this district. Yasmani Arboleda, who just spoke. Megan Joy, who we all know and love. She's a tireless advocate for small businesses. My friend Mike Petrovich, who is also a small business owner and son of a Rosaida, who's always showing up for our people. My friends Mamad Mahmoudi and Sasha Allenby, who can't be here tonight, but who have worked tirelessly since the beginning of the pandemic to make sure that people have food and security that they need, and are now doing that for our newest New Yorkers. And Qazi Islam, who is the president of the NYCHA Elias II Tenants Association, and if you've met him, he's a magical being who will always make sure you have food in your belly and a smile on your face. So I believe that my experience as a consensus builder uniquely equips me to unite our communities and its kaleidoscope of leaders around our shared values and work together to preserve and enhance the programs and opportunities that make our district special. And this community's history, our coalition, and my fidelity to it all are the things that are going to make me fight like hell for its future. And so today, I'm calling upon all of you now to propel us to that victory. In these next months, I want you all to call 5 friends, call 10 friends, ask them to sign up on our mailing list. There's QR codes on the tables. Get them to donate $10, $20, whatever you can. Follow us on social media. Each of our 13 community endorsers will multiply into 13 more. And we will win this race building on the robust, creative legacy robust legacies of creative organizing in this district. We can and we will win the promise of a more just city. And thank you all for being here. Thank you to Francis Kite Club for setting up this space to make things like this happen every day. And with that, I'm going to invite mi hermana and Alana Gordillo here to the stage to lead us in a little section here. Thank you.
Andrea, por favor. Alright, buenas noches a todos. Mi nombre es Alana Pilar Cantillo. I'm so proud to be here with you all and join you in supporting Andrea. I have the distinct honor of being Andrea's friend for the last several years, and I'm so proud to be involved with this campaign because it is Latina-led, and a little birdie told me y'all care about that in this district. Is that true? Yeah! All right, love to see it. Latina leadership, give it up. But more importantly, like many of you, we're supporting Andrea because we know that she has dedicated hours and hours to this community. She has given her time to enrich the cultural fabric, to deepen civic engagement, to build political power, to honor democracy and strengthen democracy. And now we're cashing in, so you know what part of the night this is. I'm here to get the bag. So, if you have seen that work firsthand, if you have volunteered with Andrea, if you have been to one of the amazing programs that she hosts in this community, even if she supported you on a local issue, I'm gonna compel you to give back. In the spirit of reciprocity and appreciation for all that she's done and all that she's gonna continue to do without the title, let's be real, because that's just who she is. That's right. Please contribute to this campaign. For those who donated to come today, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We'll be back for door knocking, for canvassing, for visibility, all that good stuff, train stations, this is, you speak my language. But if you haven't, and you feel inspired, and you feel embraced by this community, like I do, all the way from Washington Heights, but I come here often, I'm in the district, spending all my money. But listen, please go to her website, please scan the QR codes, take your phones out now, text a couple of your friends that you trust to get involved, because we need everyone to win this campaign and to be successful. So we have new parts of this district, and we have an entire year and change to build the kind of energetic movement that this district deserves and the kind of voter outreach that we need to really get to the finish line. So please, please, please donate tonight, in a couple months, at fourth quarter FY24 as well. Donate, so that we can guarantee que esta chica, nuestra amiga, who we care for and value so much and really want to see just continue to grow in her journey and in her liderazgo, can win this amazing campaign, represent us in City Hall, and keep kicking ass. So thank you. Donate!
I want to say one more quick little thing. I am participating in the matching funds here in New York City, which means that for every $1 you donate, we get $8 matched in public funds. So I encourage you all to consider that. Get those dollars up. $100 is actually $800. Just want to remind you all of that. And with that, please enjoy some tostones from my friend Mike. Please tip your bartender. Please talk to each other. We're here to build community and build power. And thank you all so much. Everyone, let me see. Got a few people up on stage. Megan.
Thank you.